good afternoon and good evening. Thank you all so much for your time. We're very grateful to IT Sligo for offering their services to discuss student life at IT Sligo. We're fortunate today to have the head and president of the Students' Union, Mr. Jason Quinn, to discuss different aspects of student life at IT Sligo. I think now more than ever, it's crucial that we're aware of the different experiences that our students will have and prospective students can expect when they're embarking on their educational chapter at IT Sligo. Just a bit of housekeeping, if everybody can please ensure that their mics are muted. The chat button is there and we will have an opportunity for a short Q&A at the end of the meeting. Also, a friendly reminder for those of you who are interested in your students availing of part-time jobs while studying, we do have a list on Google Drive of places where they can apply for part-time jobs. We also have some literature on how to get a PPS number and how to open a bank account. So we will be able to share that with you at the end of the meeting. Okay, thank you so much. I will pass the mic over to you now, Jason.
Thank you very much. Hello and welcome everyone to this talk today. I'm very grateful to be able to speak to all of you today about student life at IT Sligo. First of all, just to kind of give you a little bit about myself, my name is Jason Quinn and I am the current president of IT Sligo Students' Union. I work in a team with two other members, a VP for Education and a Vice President for Welfare as well. So in our team in IT Sligo, we work on everything that is student related. We work on all from welfare issues to academic issues, and we also provide the entertainment, as we call in Ireland, the crack and the cure. So we like to make sure that everyone is feeling comfortable, feeling safe in their surrounding and in their own student experience. I suppose, first of all, to say to any prospective students who are considering IT Sligo as a possibility for their studies, please really consider it. IT Sligo is a wonderful place to come and study. The institute itself boasts student numbers of between 3,500 and 4,000 students on campus every year. We also have an online department where students are studying online or at a distance from the institute, so they don't actually attend the institute themselves. But as I said, it is a brilliant place. It's a brilliant community to come and study. And I suppose the benefits of that community being smaller, I suppose it really helps you to enjoy the aspect of that community where everyone really knows who each other is. Lecturing staff, academic staff, support staff all know who the students will be. And you really do get that great sense of community in IT Sligo. As you can see here, this is our campus. We have the big fish outside, or the otherwise known as the salmon of knowledge. I suppose for anyone who isn't aware of the Shanachal or the old stories from Irish literature about the salmon of knowledge, I would recommend going to look up on that one. It's quite an interesting story. But I suppose for myself, before I move on, I'm a graduate of the Business and Marketing Department. I graduated 2 years ago and I've spent the past 2 years in the Students' Union working for students on a local and a national level to ensure that all those students are represented, that they are looked after when they're on campus, and also, I suppose, providing that entertainment for them on campus and off campus as well to ensure that they get the best out of their student experience. So first of all, to kind of go into it, I want to paint a little picture for you of where Sligo actually is and where IT Sligo actually is. So we're located in the beautifully scenic County Sligo in the west of Ireland. I suppose the whole area itself sits along the Wild Atlantic Way, which is the Irish equivalent to Route 66 in America. It boasts some of the most beautiful scenes in the whole country. It runs right from the Inishowen Peninsula right down to a small town in County Cork called Kinsale, and it is absolutely gorgeous. It would take you quite a while to travel the whole Wild Atlantic Way, but it is well worth the journey. And even if you just get to see some of the spots along the way, it is absolutely beautiful, and it really encapsulates all that is the Irish culture and the rural Irish culture. So as I said, we boast some of the most beautiful landscape in Ireland, from mountains to beaches to forestries, lakes. We've got it all in Sligo. It's absolutely gorgeous. It really is what's about rural Ireland, and it shows you the way, I suppose, that that the way that the landscape actually looks in its most purest form. So it is great to actually have this on our doorstep at IT Sligo. And as I said, it encapsulates the west and the northwest of Ireland. So we would have students coming from Donegal, Sligo, Galway, Mayo, Leitrim, Roscommon. So everywhere in the kind of the west to the northwest of Ireland. And we also take in students obviously from all over the country, but that would be our biggest catchment area, would be those areas. So as you can see here, this is some of the beautiful scenes that I've been talking about. On the top left there is Ben Bulben Mountain, which is absolutely beautiful on a summer's day. You can actually hike up to the top of Ben Bulben and walk the whole way up to that peak that you can see there. And it really shows you a beautiful, beautiful picture of all over Sligo and the surrounding areas. On the top right-hand corner is not in Sligo, but it is in County Leitrim, which is only about a 20-minute drive from IT Sligo, and that is the Glencaire Waterfall. It's another stunning landmark in the area, and it can be easily accessed from the Institute. And then below we've got our area of Strand Hill and the Knocknarea Mountain. A beautiful day hike up there as well is brilliant for anyone who's interested in their hiking, or even for some people who want to take a leisurely sort of walk up the mountain there. It really gives you great vantage points of all the beautiful scenery around as well. And this is the Irish Route 66, which is the Wild Atlantic Way. So you can see from the top there that is from the Inishowen Peninsula right down along the coast of Donegal into Sligo, into Mayo, Galway, right down then to the little town called Kinsale in County Cork. Again, something for prospective students to do on the weekends, or at breaks in the year, holidays within the year. It's an absolutely brilliant experience to be able to go and do that. So to jump right in then to the actual student experience of IT Sligo. So I suppose, as I mentioned before there, I've done a 4-year undergrad degree, followed by 2 years now in the Student Union. And I can truly say that to be an IT Sligo student is one of the best experiences that you'll ever have. We've got such a tight-knit community that everyone knows who each other are. You know who all the support services we have in the Institute are. And then also from there, then as you can see there, we have a range of clubs and societies. We have 70 different clubs and societies, ranging from all kinds of sport. So that would be soccer, GAA, rugby, right down then to really small societies like the Tea Drinking Society, who encapsulate a group of people coming together with the love of drinking tea. As many of you will probably know at this stage, tea drinking in Ireland is such a big part of the culture. So we've got everything there for everyone. And we also have really good international societies, and societies that I suppose really work on trying to incorporate everyone into that community. As I mentioned, we've got some really good student accommodation located really close to the Institute. So as I said, this student accommodation is literally a 10-minute walk at the most. Some of them are literally at the back door of the Institute. So as most students will know, you can roll out of bed at 10 to 9 in the morning and still be in your lecture theatre for the beginning of class. So really, really important that those student accommodations are right on the doorstep of the college. And although we don't have a campus accommodation, we do have accommodations that, as I said, are really, really close to the college. The facilities in the college itself are top drawer. They're absolutely brilliant. We've got a really modernized library. We've got great facilities in all our departments, from the business blocks right through to engineering and science. So we've got top of the range labs, top of the range workshops for engineering students, and we also have great computer labs for the business students, or the computer labs that are there also give students the opportunity to be able to study at nighttime, provide those sort of course materials that are needed for students to study. And aside from that as well, we've got 2 canteens We've got great sporting facilities for anyone who's interested in leisurely sport or who want to compete at a better level. We've got great facilities in the Knocknarea Arena, which be able to facilitate those games and those competitions. As I mentioned before, the biggest thing for me about IT Sligo is the community that we have. We are really, really close knit, and it's great to be able to see that whenever you be a part of that community, lecturing staff give you the opportunity to be able to speak of your own free will, to be able to communicate with them, communicate with your classmates, and really be able to incorporate yourself into that community. We also have loads of different activities on campus and off campus. I'll show you a few in a moment. We've got some of the best facilities for stand-up paddling, surfing, canoeing, kayaking all across Sligo. And as part of those clubs and societies, some of those actually use those facilities to be able to go on day excursions or be able to have opportunities for students to get involved in those sort of things. We also have a really vibrant nightlife. Obviously, at the minute with the pandemic, that nightlife has halted, but we will be hoping that in the short-term future that we will be able to get back to that vibrant nightlife that we have. We've got some great late bars, nightclubs, and we also have a wonderful dining industry here in Sligo. Or we've got the Sligo Food Trail, which I'll mention in a while as well, which was set up a few years back to be able to show the great local produce that there is in Sligo as well. So as I mentioned, this is a scene from just outside one of our late bars on the River Garavogue in Sligo. And at night time, the town is absolutely beautiful. It's really, really vibrant, and it allows people, I suppose, to be able to see that great vibrant nightlife that we do have. We also have our stand-up paddling here on the left-hand side. This is on Lough Gill, one of the most scenic lakes in Sligo. It's based 10 minutes from IT Sligo itself, and there is opportunities there for classes or other clubs and societies to be able to book these facilities on a regular basis to go out and enjoy these sort of facilities as well. Sligo is known for its surfing. At the moment in a small little village outside of Sligo town called Strandhill, they are beginning to build the Centre of Excellence in Ireland for surfing. Now that will be under construction over the next year or so, but as I said, you can see there it really attracts a range of surfers from beginner level right up to the most experienced surfers in the country and internationally as well. We also have massive culture here in Sligo. This is a very famous poet called W.B. Yeats, and he was from Sligo himself. So you can see his work orchestrated all across the town itself. And there's also a gallery and a museum dedicated to him in Sligo town. And as again I said, the hiking experience in Sligo is absolutely fantastic, one that I love myself. And this is again from that Ben Bulben mountain. And it's just a little snapshot from the side of that there. So as I said, there is loads of activities there for people to get their teeth into and really be a part of that community in IT Sligo. So I've just kind of broken down a couple of things that you can relate to for both the Institute in IT Sligo and ourselves in IT Sligo Students' Union. So what you can expect from IT Sligo itself, you can expect really friendly staff, academics that will really take their time to conversate with you and be able to guide you, I suppose, in the ways that you mightn't have the opportunity to do that if you're going to a bigger university. So as I said, you're really the academic staff are really hands-on with the students and try to help them as much as possible in person when they can do so. There's wonderful support services in Sligo, so both academic and emotional support services. For example, we've got an academic writing centre for those students who might struggle with the writing side of their course. So if they need to phrase or word an answer or an essay style question, then the Academic Support Centre really offers a good service there to help them to improve that style of writing. We also have a math support centre here for students who may be taking courses that require a high level of maths. So those support services are all available online or in person, and it's a book-in service as well, or there is some walk-in services available. Our emotional supports in the Institute are absolutely fantastic. I do a lot of close work with the counselling service, and we also have just brought on an additional staff member to work on mental health campaigns now for going forward. And as I said, the emotional support services there are absolutely fantastic. We're one of the only institutes in Ireland this year with no waiting lists for the opportunity to be able to see or to visit a counsellor, whatever it may be for. We also have emotional services in the Students' Union ourselves. So myself and the two guides that I work with will often hold meetings with students who may just need a friendly face to talk to, or may need some advice on whatever it is. So as I said, the support services are absolutely fantastic there. We also have a medical centre on campus, which is free for every registered student of the Institute. So you know that your needs are going to be looked after there. But whatever happens and you do fall sick, then we will be able to help support you in that as well. We also have top quality facilities. We've got, as I mentioned before, we've got great labs for our science students, fantastic workshops for our engineering students, and great computer labs for the business students who may want to be taking up other research proposals in there as well. Our sporting facilities in the college are absolutely fantastic as well. We've got a gym, we've got a full-size hall that is equipped for indoor soccer, indoor basketball, or whatever it may be. The hall can be rented out privately, and we also offer opportunities there for our clubs and societies to be able to take up positions there. We've got for example, one of our clubs and societies is the Badminton Society. So that they take up their courts a couple of times a week there as well, and they're open for all students to be able to visit. There is a small charge, but a severely reduced charge at that for students who may want to pick up the gym on campus. But we also have other facilities then that we would use external to the campus itself. We've got the Clarion Hotel just behind the college where we would use the swimming pool and stuff there. So there is top quality facilities on campus and off campus in Sligo. We also have one of the lowest costs of living in the country. As you may be aware, that in Dublin and cities like Galway and Cork, there is quite a high cost of living. So the prices of accommodation will be a lot higher in those areas for a lot lower of a standard of living in those areas. So it is a real good opportunity for people who want to get the full experience of Ireland while not having to pay the extortionate prices that they would be paying in the likes of Dublin or Cork or Galway. In IT Sligo Students' Union then, so we are a democratic organisation ran by students and ran for students. So we pride ourselves on a high standard of representation of students. For example, I would be the student voice on the Institute's governing body and governing authorities, also on the Academic Council, which determines different sort of levels of the academic calendar, different policies around that as well. So we do pride ourselves on having a great standard of representation, and we want to ensure that all students are represented across the board and across all different remits of courses, of departments, schools. So we want to make sure that all students feel like they're represented properly through the levels of the Institute. We also run great campaigns throughout the year. So everything from mental health, sexual health, physical health, right through to educational campaigns. At the minute, we've got a campaign called Get Your Shit Together Week, which really works on helping students working on their exams. So trying to help them focus themselves, get ready for their exam period coming up now in the next 2 weeks. So we want to help students get the best out of their opportunities during their exams. So as I said, we do provide all kinds of supports, all kinds of help to students throughout these different remits, whether it's welfare or education or any support that we can give to students. We try to do our best for all of them. We also provide a lot of entertainment, both on campus and off campus. So we do various different things throughout the year, from hypnotists to comedians to live music in the canteen, maybe once or twice a month, where we would be encouraging people to come and enjoy, again, that community that is created here in IT Sligo, and allow people to have some downtime between classes at lunchtime or whenever they're trying to relax before their next class. So as I said, we do provide entertainment off campus as well. We have worked with various student bars and nightclubs to be able to provide, I suppose, a more extracurricular activities off of campus to allow students to unwind and have some downtime after they finish their studies. So it's great to be able to have students kind of engrossed in that culture, the nightlife culture that there is in Sligo, whether that's from traditional music right through to EDM, punk rock, or if you're into the more underground sort of techno scene, we also cater for everyone as well. As I said, our nighttime events are very effective. We run various all campus events at certain times of the year. So 2 years ago, we would have run a ball, an end of year ball, which is a big gala dinner for students to get on their shirt and tie, get on their fancy dress, get up and be able to have a nice meal with loads of different students across all remits of the college, whether that's science, business, engineering, for everyone to be able to mingle in one area in a safe environment where everyone's able to go and enjoy themselves at the end of the year whenever they're coming down to the downtime in the year. So again, there's great opportunities there for everyone to be able to mix with other students and mix with other people, other like-minded people also. So a big question that we would get asked in the Student Union is about student accommodation and what the student accommodation is actually like. So first of all, the student accommodation in Sligo is extremely affordable. We have, I suppose, some of the cheapest accommodation in Ireland. We're very lucky in a respect that we have enough accommodation that the market is not actually stretched that much compared to what it would be in the likes of Galway or Dublin. We, on a good year, would never normally sell out of accommodation. We would have accommodation for everyone coming to college. Obviously, we're seeing more of an increase in our student numbers coming to study at Sligo. But it's, as I said, we have yet to sell out of accommodation. The accommodation is of a good standard, and we like to kind of pride ourselves on that. And we in the Student Union like to keep the pressure on student accommodation providers to be able to ensure that those standards are being met year on year, and that I suppose those standards are kept throughout the year too. We like to, I suppose, provide some sort of know-how with students who come to the college on the actual booking process, and I suppose educating those students on their rights that they are right to in their accommodation, and ensuring that students are safe in their accommodation is a big thing for us as well. So we advertise all our student accommodation on the Student Union website. So if anyone does want to find out more about the accommodation, then you can log on to itssu.ie and you'll find out more information there as well. All our accommodation is in a really central location, so they're all really close to each other, and that is the benefit of the small town of Sligo. All student accommodation is located really, really close to each other. So even though you and your mate might not be staying in the same accommodation, at the most you're probably only a 5 or 10 minute walk to the accommodation that they'd be staying in. As I said, it's all really centrally located, and it's also really, really, really close to the college. We ensured that students are safe on their journeys to and from college. So we have lobbied with local authorities to ensure that there is pathways, and the pathways are all well lit up and well illuminated at night, so that students feel like they're safe when they're going to and from college. But as I said, the accommodation providers are maybe a 5-minute walk from the institute, which is absolutely fantastic for our students, because it means that there's no real long commutes to and from the institute. I suppose some of the different providers that actually are in Sligo, you can see the main providers here. These are some of their names: Ardnua, Gateway Apartments, Yates Village, The Grove, the Clarion Village, and Ben Bulbin Apartments would be the top providers that we would be recommending to students. As I said, all these accommodation providers are available on the Students' Union website. And if you want to get in contact with the Students' Union, we can help you pick out the best accommodation for yourself. We also have, some of those providers also provide half-term accommodation. So for some students who may only be here studying for half the term, some of those providers do provide that function there as well for our students. So I mentioned before about the kind of the eating and the dining experience in Sligo. Sligo prides itself on the Sligo food trail. So we have everything from Thai to Mexican food in Sligo, and Sligo caters for everyone. I suppose the reason why I'm getting at this point is the fact that we wanted to show that the dining experience in Sligo is reflective of all diverse backgrounds of students coming to study with us. As I said, we have students coming from all over the world to study in IT Sligo, and Sligo wanted to make sure that those students are looked after. We also wanted to kind of highlight the fact that it is really, really accessible for students to eat at home. With the student accommodation providers being so close to college, there is that opportunity there for students to be able to go home at lunchtime and save a bit of money and cook for themselves. As I said, supermarkets and the town in Sligo itself is literally a 10 or 15 minute walk from the student accommodation, and that is the same for all the supermarkets. The supermarkets are situated in Sligo town itself, so it is only a 10 or 15 minute walk from the student accommodation. There's also a really affordable on-campus canteen or cafeteria. We've got two in the college at the moment, one in operation at the moment with the COVID restrictions, but we do pride ourselves on having affordable meals, affordable, healthy meals on campus for students, and we want to ensure that our students are being looked after in that way as well by the Institute. So as I said, you can get a full dinner in the Institute's canteen for €5, really, really affordable. We always try to ensure that everything's affordable for students on campus. We also have a small shop in the Students' Union building, which has a Starbucks for anyone who's mad about their coffee. And it's also the cheapest Starbucks in Europe, I'm told. So that is a big advantage of studying at IT Sligo if you're a coffee drinker. So as I said, everything on campus is, we try to ensure that everything is affordable for students. We know how stretched students' funds can be from time to time. So we want to ensure that that all food and all on-campus canteens and cafeterias are affordable to students. So what can you guys expect from coming to study in Sligo? You can expect a really good Irish culture scene. We have everything from traditional music right through to the Yeats Museum, which for anyone who's interested in poetry or Irish folklore is absolutely brilliant. You can hear all of you can look up any of W.B. Yeats's poems, and it really encapsulates what it is like to live in Sligo or in the surrounding areas of Sligo. You can expect an extremely friendly environment. We are known for Irish people are known for that friendliness and the welcoming of everyone here. We in Sligo pride ourselves on having that friendly environment and having an environment there where every student feels safe and secure in what they're doing. And we really try to ensure that everyone has a voice so that they're able to express their own opinions, express what they want to say, and feel like that they have a safe environment to do so. You can also expect an extremely high standard of education. The standard of academic staff in the Institute is absolutely fantastic. From our president to our registrar right down to any of the academic staff, they really care about students' academics, and they really care about students getting that high standard of education that we pride ourselves on. You can also be guaranteed to meet a huge mix of people and characters. I suppose the beauty of Sligo is that you have people from all over the west and northwest of Ireland coming to this one institution and working on their various career paths. So as I said, I'm from Donegal in the northwest of Ireland, and I've lived in Sligo for 4 years, and I can really say that every day is exciting because you do not know what character or what kind of person is going to walk through your door and have, as we call it, have the crack with you. and you never know what kind of situation or story that they're going to be able to tell you. So you will see that huge mix of people and characters there. So as I said, to study in Sligo is a great experience. Everything from the academic side of things to the extracurriculars, whether that's sports clubs or societies, whatever it may be, the nightlife, that whole sense of community that I've talked so much about is really, really brilliant. And it's a great opportunity for all international students to come to Ireland and really envisage that Irish culture and see what it is like to live in rural Ireland or to study in rural Ireland. It is absolutely fantastic. And again, I keep going on about the community, but being able to see that community working together is something absolutely brilliant. So if anyone has any questions, I'd be more than happy to ask or to answer any questions that you guys may have. And that's just, thanks very much everyone for listening. If you do want to get more information on IT Sligo itself, or you want to have a conversation with some of us in the Students' Union, then you can look us up there at itsligo.ie, or if you want to contact us at support@itssu.ie, we'd be happy to set up a call and have a conversation with you about accommodation or anything about student life in IT Sligo. So again, thanks very much everyone for listening, and I'm happy to take any questions.
Jason, thank you so very much for that. Everybody, just a quick informal piece of information. Donegal is known as one of the friendliest places in Ireland, so the fact that the president hails from there is very positive. Jason, I can say that because my family's from Clonmany.
Fantastic.
So does anybody have any question that you'd like to ask Jason at this time? No, that's okay. So everyone, what I will do is later on this afternoon, let me send you all an email. I'll attach the presentation and some of the highlights. So, for example, where Ballinbullen is, Lochgill, some information about WB Yeats, the Maths and the Emotional Support Counselling Centre, so that you can share that with your network and feel more confident and well informed when you are promoting IT Sligo. Perfect. All right then. So let me close the meeting now. Jason, thank you so much again for your time. We're really, really appreciative. And
You're very
everybody
welcome.
have a
Thank you.
lovely afternoon or evening ahead.
Thank you.
Right. Okay, I'll end the meeting now. Thanks so much, Jason, again. Take care.
Thanks, mate.
Bye-bye.